Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Winner Circle Sports Betting Podcast. We're powered by GamblersWorld.net. It is Tuesday, the 30th of July. Wow, time flies. Time flies. Speaking of Gamblers World, I'm joined with our guy, Chip Chirimbes. You can find me and Chip and 9 other handicappers. Go get a premium stuff. Although after yesterday's 0-3 day, you're probably like, these guys stink. I'll never take their plays. They were 0-3 yesterday. You know, we can have a losing day, folks. It happens. What you can do that won't cost you anything out of your pocket is hit the like button. Get us 14,000 and more subscribers here on our YouTube channel, where we put daily free picks out 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. And Fridays, it's basically August. Who am I kidding? It's August. Football Friday. The live show will be back in a couple weeks with new guests as well. So it just won't be me and Shipper and Doug. We got some new cats coming in on the video with us. And with the last 2+ months and a playoff push, the final, I guess it's not the final, right? They still could do late trades, but it's the trading deadline today. You'll get 2+ months of baseball, and we have a new low price. Where's it at? $4.29. I'm going to click it. There you go. $4.29 for the rest of the baseball season for everybody here at Gamblers World. And, of course, the 3, 7, and 38 packages, all guaranteed. Or we give you a little refund, and you come back and you say, all right, let me look at the leaderboard. See who's doing good. I want a winner. But let's talk. We got to get into baseball because we saw some trades yesterday. Things are heating up. Maybe some more news today. I'm hearing possibly Snell in the deal to the Orioles. This is early on, 10 o'clock here on a Tuesday morning. But if that goes on, that'll be a good pickup for them. They got Eflin. We saw the Yanks pick up Chaz Chisholm. He paid off dividends last night. We saw the Cardinals pick up another 35-year-old old man for the outfield. And Fetty, no Crochet on the move. Solar back to the Braves. Kikuchi to the Astros. Frankie Montas, Reds to the Brew Crew now. Rosario back to the Dodgers. Here we go. It's just a flurry of activity early morning. Chipper, speaking of flurry of activity, you're wide awake in Dreamland in Vegas, nice and early, 7 a.m., 7:30.
Yeah, no, it's great. I'm up early out every morning. Believe me, I mean, it's the nature of business, and I've got my routine down pretty good. And we may have gotten beat on the program yesterday, but once again, you get the primary plays, and we hit our mega buck play. And Boston Red Sox had that horrible showing on Sunday night against the Yankees. Come back with a big win last night for us as our mega buck play. We've got baseball, and I'm so excited about the football. We were talking about it yesterday, and I've already made out my schedules of when the days are and what we're doing, and I have it in my head. So I'm looking forward to it. But this baseball's been rolling right along, and it's going to be interesting down the stretch to see just who qualifies, because I mentioned Monday that this Pittsburgh team has some kind of energy to it, and we were a little leery about taking Skeens, laying the price, at Houston, and after Skeens was out of the game, this Pirates club pulled themselves together and ended up winning it and come from behind and saves him a loss. So, baseball's got a lot of things in front of us, and I'm looking forward to it. That's for sure.
Yeah, with that Pirate team, I mean, they're right there for the wild card. Are they going to really push it? We saw this with Strasburg back in 2012. The Nats were making a push for the playoffs, and then they shut the guy down, and it took them 7 or 8 years to get back to where they actually won the. They got to the playoffs and actually won the World Series. It's Pittsburgh can do the same thing and be like, you know what? Can we beat the Phillies and the Braves and the Dodgers and the Padres and the Brewers?
I don't know if they can, but they're like 4 games over 500, I think, and they've got an energy about them now. They haven't been in this position where they actually might be considered a decent team. They've always been the dregs. So. This is what I thought I saw when I was watching them. I just a little giddy up in their step, and that come from behind win last night. I think kind of signifies what I was talking about, because Houston had the lead. They take out their big star, their superstar, all-star, and they tie and then win it. So a lot of energy there in a positive way.
Yeah, no, that's a big thing. You're ace. You're down 2-0. You're like, wow, this is a guy. I ran down the scores yesterday, 2-1, 4-1, 3-1, all kind of low-scoring games. You're thinking, we're going to lose this game 2-1 again, or
All right.
somehow
Right.
we got to scrape out runs here. They hit our best guy, but no, it's good. It's a good win. Maybe it gets a little momentum going here today with them. I kind of like Hunter Brown today. I'm a Hunter Brown guy, but
it was just a day in the life, and it was just kind of it buoyed my spirits yesterday.
Oh yeah.
We were talking about the price having delay with this kid on the road and Houston, and Houston can bounce back. We're still waiting for them to make their second half run. I don't know if they have it in them, Sean. I really don't.
Well, what do they have? I mean, the old Woody having a tank, because they had started so poorly, and then it went on a monster run in June here to take that couple. What are they? 3 games up, 2.5. Yeah, they're tied. Well, actually tied now with Seattle after the loss, so they're 3.5 ahead of Texas. You made the move for Kikuchi. Are they going to maybe try to go after something else? Like, if you're going to give up what you gave up for Kikuchi, the Houston message boards are like, hey, man, just sell the farm and go after Snow. We need another pitcher. Like, are you really counting on Verlander to come back and McCullers, all these other guys with arm injuries? You're hoping for guys. A lot of these teams are like, well, we're going to get guys back from injury. I don't want to be waiting on a pitcher to come back from injury. Like, that's not a good – I mean, most times pitchers come back from injuries – they go from 7-inning guys to 4-inning guys. Now you're going from a 5 or 6-inning guy to 3 innings. That's the guy who hasn't pitched in 4 months. Yeah, he's ready to go.
And the team I don't think is going to make a comeback here at all. And they call it the sophomore jinx or whatever, and they have that World Series hangover. It's Texas. They just don't look like they're going to put it together. Houston maybe, but I don't see the Rangers coming back strong. And they got Scherzer going tonight, and I wouldn't be surprised if he struggles here. Even though he has been really effective since he came over from the Yankees.
They traded
New York.
Yeah, they traded Lorenzen yesterday to Kansas City, Texas. So are they semi? I mean, you're 3.5 back in the division, which isn't terrible. I mean, you're reigning champs, and you have all these guys coming back to get healthy. Wyatt, the outfielder, young, the young hitter. Your pitchers are supposed to be coming back. And yet you're trading another pitcher. You're 3.5 back.
And keep your eye. Like you said, Kansas City. I'm thinking this team's got some arms, and they have one of the best players in all of baseball, and it's Bobby Witt. I mean,
Bobby Witt,
he's just all aspects of the game. There's a plethora. I think like 4 or 5 guys out there that sort of fall into that mode where they're great base runners and power hitters, and they're going to, De La Cruz. I think he's going to get better for Cincinnati, but there's a few others out there as well. He's good. I mean, he's just really a good all-around player that's getting better. I mean, he was good last year. He's just getting better. I think he's got Hall of Fame written all over his career.
Oh, yeah. I mean, come on. I think last year he hit 30 homers. I mean, the guy's like could be a 30-30 kid.
He's not big. He's going to get stronger. He's going to get, and it's good to see somebody like that plays the game. He's great defensively, runs the bases, hits, going to hit for power before it's all over. Maybe not 50 home runs, but he can be a 35, 38 home run man, maybe 40. I can see that.
We could sit all day and talk about stuff like this. I had the Twins yesterday. They totally wet the bed here. Are they going to make a move? But that's what. Enough about we can't dwell on every team and what they should or should not do here at the trade deadline with hours to go. You mentioned football. Thursday night Hall of Fame game. We'll talk a little bit about that tomorrow, me and you.
Okay.
And Thursday with Doug, we'll do it also before the game. I just want to do a individual video on the game. What is there to say? Even now it's like trying to piece together information of how the playbook's going to be written here. The coaches, it is what it is, folks. We're going to talk about tomorrow as well. If you don't take an under in this first game in these Hall of Fame games, that's the only thing I can even recommend. I'm not taking a side. I would just say under, with the caveat being both teams playing week 2. I don't really think we see many starters or any kind of real kind of plays
involved one way or another. I just rather not.
I'll see what we find. I could dig up tomorrow. We can talk about it a little bit before the baseball games. All right. And then Thursday morning.
That doesn't mean you can do anything with it,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. How many times do you say this? We don't have to run out and bet a 2:00 Cub game on a Friday because it's at 2:00, or the 9:38 game that's going late in baseball just because it's on TV. Same thing with football. Everyone's you don't got to bet every freaking football game.
I know.
You don't got to do it. You don't got to do it just because it's a MAC game. Oh, you got to play the MAC overs on a Wednesday. All right. I mean, get some help.
It's good to take a break too, because it clears your mind. I mean, you don't have it on your head constantly, and you could take a breath and start fresh the next day or whenever.
We think we're pretty good at capping games and winning long term at percentages in the 50% plus range to make money. You are not going to do that if you're betting MAC action on Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever's the Thursday night game, a Friday night game, 7 games on Saturday, NFL 9-leggers and player props on a Sunday, then back on Monday, and then in between it's NBA, and I'm going to do first baskets here and PRA, points, rebounds, assists for this guy. I mean, folks, it's okay. You don't have to have a dollar on every single game on the board. You'll survive. You did before you found out about gambling 2 years ago. Whenever it got legalized in your state, you were fine. You know, right. I mean, holy cow. Let's grab some baseball talk here. We got a couple decent matchups. I think. I don't know. You'll be looking at the Dodgers and the Padres today. I think the Dodgers are a good team. They have a MVP type guy at in Ohtani, and they got a Cy Young type pitcher on the mound today with Glass now, laying a 135 to the Padres. Matt Waldron, he's okay. I saw some crazy article that somebody put that he's the best knuckleballer ever. I had to respond to that. Okay, I mean,
yeah, let's wait a little while.
Yeah, okay, best knuckleballer. Anyway, so for this game here, I think Glass now. If you could make it a second start back off a little injured list, or maybe a rest because he's approaching his innings career high. Again, how often we say this on the show? This guy's like 30, but yet he can't pitch because he's got a frail little arm. I don't know here, man. I'd probably lean in Padres myself here. They won 7 of 8, but it's your game. Go for it here.
Well, it's a tough call. But any game involving the Dodgers, in my mind, is a tough call.
Yeah,
how much depth do they have, Sean? They're getting injury prone everywhere. And for some reason, Tyler Glasnow, in my mind, reminds me sort of like Aaron Nola. And and then you're coming with Waldron, who's got enough of a knuckleball to offset the Dodgers' power. Power hitters usually have trouble with the knuckleballers, and the punch and Judy guys usually do pretty well.
Punch and Judy.
And Glasnow's 142 strikeouts in 109 innings. No record against San Diego. And the Padres, to me, this season have been sort of a pleasant surprise because, a couple of years ago, everyone anticipated they'd be, contending in the West and contending in the NL. And there were major flops and disappointment. And they sort of scrapped that whole idea and started all over again. And now they're playing Major League Baseball now. I mean, they play terrible baseball. Of course, I'll take a shot with them as an underdog. They're 6 games over 500. And like I said, you got a knuckleball out there. You got a knuckleballer out there. You got a chance. And I don't want to hear that he's throwing too many pitches. My goodness, how many pitches can you throw and throw a knuckleball? You can throw 190. Exactly. So I'll take San Diego here, Sean. I'm not going to go out and mortgage the house on it. That's for sure.
Chips official San Diego plus 115.
I got San Diego.
Yep.
San Diego plus 115. I think that's very short, by the way.
Yeah. But it makes sense. I mean, listen, the Padres won 6 out of 10 versus the Dodgers this year going in. So it's not like they're a bad team. I think, like you said, people forget a year or two ago they spent all this, not just spending money, but making trades. You sign Machado, you bring in you didn't bring in Tatis.
They're running Snell. They're running, a lot of stuff.
Yes, all these guys, right? I mean, we go on and on. The Bogarts they get, just whatever. They make it like they burned in a rods this year. In May, they were making trades to better team. So I think that's kind of they're falling off to the back burner of, well, you couldn't do anything with this team, making the big moves. Here they're kind of laying in the weeds here a little bit. I like the 115. Again, that. 7 will last. They're playing good baseball. You want to give me a little home dog here versus, again, knuckleballer guys. It's not your normal kind of pitcher. So Chip is looking at the San Diego Padres plus 115.
I hope they don't wear those mustard uniforms. I hate those brown, ugly uniforms.
You like the old? I like the old school Padres
it looks like they need to be washed.
Again, before I get to my game here, hit the like button on the channel, folks. Right? We got YouTube. We're on Twitter, all of us. Go get the 429 second half special. But we got a special one today. The Yankees and Phillies. Obviously, you get a lot of this one because it's the Yankees and Philly. People seem to fan bases seem to want to talk about these two guys. And the Yankees did a number on Philly last night, and I took a shot on. I had Philly run line last night. I'm like, you know what? I like the lineup a little better. Even if the pitchers were pitching their A games, I thought we had a better shot. Yeah, what a demolishing.
I couldn't believe the score. I heard the score come like half. I said,
"Holy cow!" I mean, you know what though? Listen, first let's go. We got Cole and Nola today. What's there to say? You got two really good pitchers going today. Cole's been a little choppy, but has been finding his strikeouts since coming back from missing the first part of the year. I'm not playing. I hate it because I hate Philadelphia, but I have to take the Phillies here. I'm gonna, just because you know what it is. And again, I part of me wants to take the Yanks because of that demolition. But you get beat up like that at home. Again, I'm one of those guys, whether it's football, I don't care what sport it is. You get beat down, and in baseball, a 14-4. I mean, I might as well be.
That's why
NFL. That's like a 44-3 kind of game. That's just a bad loss. You know what? I got to pull up. I don't even have it. I was going to do Phillies, but I think I'll do Philly run line here. I'm going to get crazy and do a Philly run line. I got to pull it up. Hold on.
If any kind of professionalism, they're going to come back and play like the way the Red Sox did after that horrible game Sunday night.
Yeah,
and, Philly's worthy of it.
This is a barometer of how good you are, right? This is a peer team for you. This is another first place team. Everything's supposed to be.
I had two buddies, Sean, that drove down from 90 miles from New York City because of the pitching matchup they had last night. And they said that the Philly fans weren't as aggressive as they usually are when they come to play the Mets. And they were expecting them to be hostile and be throwing stuff at them. And he said, I guess the Yankees jumping off to that quick start just like quieted everybody down. And I've been to Philadelphia a number of times, and they are rowdy. They're pretty wild.
Yeah. Phillies, it's their own animal there. They're only breed a fan. They go nuts. I mean, it is what it is. But you mentioned yesterday, I mean, right out of the gate, what are we doing? What are we doing pitching Aaron Judge? I said this in yesterday's show. I'm not pitching to Judge. Like, why are you throwing him pitches? The guy hit 2 home runs yesterday.
Yeah.
Why are you throwing him the ball? It makes no sense.
He looks great at the plate. He really does. He's disciplined. When he's disciplined and not swinging at balls out of the zone, he's really
as bad as he looked coming into May, right? Because remember May was hitting like 202 or something or 198, and then all of a sudden in June he was at 300.
Yeah.
I mean, and I joke about it
too.
30. What's he got? 38, 39 homers, 99 ratings in August.
Yeah.
I joke, it's not even a joke. Like, I wouldn't have given him $40-something million because of the fact that this will be, if he finishes out the year, it'll be his third full year of playing ball in 6 years. Like, with him he gets hurt. You see with these big guys. I mean, he's in 3 years he's going to be Stanton playing 98 games. But hey, the guy's the MVP right now. I don't think how anybody else isn't the MVP. I mean, maybe Soto's having a good season. Bobby Witt's having a good season. But if he's here for the whole year, the guy's going to hit probably 50-something home runs. He's going to go 55 and probably about 130 ribbies.
And
I think he should have more. I think actually more because he's got 99 ribbies. He's got 2 full months. I was going to say he should have 150 ribbies. The problem is nobody gets on base ahead of him.
Soto's clearing the bases once in a while himself, like you said. And, the Judge is hitting higher than Soto, but those two together are really going to be hard to overcome if they put their bat on the balls. But like you said, when you get into postseason, one of them will be striking out and the other will be walking. And that's the way they'll play it against those two guys. Yeah,
well, we know Soto's going to walk. The guy's got 86 in 1 year.
And he's got a great eye. Best eye in baseball, according to the, what did we call them?
Has the stat people?
Well,
how about this? No intentional walks this year. He's led the league in this year. 0 intentional walks. I wonder why. You got freaking who's the guy? Paul Bunyan behind you, swinging an axe, like just clubbing people. But I'm going to go crazy here. I'm going to do run line plus 165 here for Philly.
I can see it, Sean.
And listen, this is I didn't bet this game. I don't have this game on the site. It's not a premium play. I look at it as and I'm going to say, if you want to take the Yankees, why would you take the Yankees? They're off a big win over Boston. Right. They just beat Philly here. We talk about the pep and the step teams. Maybe they feel like, look at this. We got Chisholm in here. Judge is hitting. Soto's hitting. Louis Gill's finding back his way. Like, we got guys, the Rice kid gets a hit. Well, maybe it's a takeoff for them. Maybe they are that good. Maybe they find a stretch here and they're going to run. So Yankee fans, this isn't knocking the Yankees. I'm just trying to find a good little payday. I don't want to take a 130 because I can see this being a 5-2 game and the Yankees win. Why? I mean, if they're going to throw to Judge, you're in trouble. Like, you count the Yankees scoring 2 runs, because if you're going to pitch to him and Soto, they're going to score 2 runs. It's just that simple.
And
if nobody else hits.
Cole's given up 9 home runs in 35 innings. So runs may be abundant for Philadelphia. They love playing there. I mean, at home, it's just 38-18 at home are the Phillies.
Yeah.
And, I can tell you what happened to the Phillies July 30th in 1959.
Please do. I wasn't around. I wasn't listening to the radio back in the day.
I was listening to this game on the radio, and back when the New York Giants and Brooklyn Dodgers moved to California, they used to do a recreation. Are you familiar with this, Sean, at all, where the game comes over a ticker and someone's reading the ticker and they're making up a story about the game, and they're not watching the game. They're actually reading a ticker, and his name was Les Kider, and he used to do the Giant games. And I heard Willie McCovey on his debut went 4 for 4 with 2 triples in 1959 off of Robin Roberts. And not to be outdone, Willie Mays, who had struck out 4 times against Robin Roberts in the previous game, hit a 3-run homer in that game. This date in 1968, Ron Hansen, I don't know if you remember him, Sean, the shortstop for the Washington Senators. Unassisted triple play, only the 8th in Major League Baseball. They lost the game 14-1. And, Sean, it only makes sense. Teams that make triple plays are in a position to make triple plays because there's always men on base because they're lousy teams. 1960, the first AFL a game was played preseason between Buffalo and the New England Patriots. Patriots won 28-7. Tom Brady had 3. Oh, no, that was Babe Parilli.
Anyway, listen, let's get back to Yankee game. Soto, 3 homers versus Nola. Stanton, 2 homers versus Nola. That's a guy we forgot. He's back in the mix here. So you talked about some scoring runs. So you got a couple guys who've hit him a little bit there, and they're
Stanton has been such a void for a number of seasons. This year he was actually contributing. I mean, not that he's not going to run the bases. You can forget about that.
Oh, no. But the fact that he was healthy for a while, you're thinking, wow, again, it was.
He supplied a little bit of power and a little bit.
It was Judge, Soto, and then here comes Stanton's actually being healthy. But I'll tell you what, and I've been bashing the Yanks because I don't like their staff and I think their lineup's bad. If those 2 guys are healthy, it's a scary team because you put Soto on top of them, and Chisholm, who had a lot of hype with Miami, it might add a little flair. It might just be enough to pop teams across, pop other players up a little bit. They have to get a pitcher. I mean, they're talking about trading Cortez. Is that a Cortez in a minor league? Are they going to get Flannery? Is that the deal here? They're looking to get Flannery?
I'm not sure. Who knows with Cashman? Just hope he doesn't trade Judge.
Why not? I trade Judge and I tried to sign Soto.
Oh, goodness me. Judge took less. Judge right now, he's going to be an icon in New York because he took less money to stay there.
But here's the thing, though.
The Yankees were boxed in; they had to sign.
You can't get an Ohtani deal from anybody else because Ohtani's getting a ton of money from another country. No one else is getting that. No one else is getting that kind of deal. So he can't say, "Okay, you could pay me $3 million a year." Whatever team. So Juan Soto can't say that and say defer my money.
He needs more than that because he's got to cover some losses.
He can't. No other player in baseball can do that. I don't know. Anyway, that's enough.
He should have hired an interpreter.
Padres plus 115. Phillies, I'm going crazy style. Run line plus 165. Again, that is not a premium play for me. I was just kind of thinking outside the box. That's what we do here. You've heard Russ say before, you like to go for the greediness. I'll go a little greedy here. You got beat up yesterday. come back, repay the favor. You're supposed to be a great team. That's all I heard. Oh, the Phillies could win a World Series. They're the best team in baseball. Show me. Show me if somebody takes a bat to you and beats you and your cat up that you can come in here and win a game. All right. And the Padres, I'm with you, Chip. Listen, they're playing good ball right now. Plus 115 as a home dog.
Philadelphia hasn't won a series, and I think the month of July, they've won 5-6 series. They haven't won one.
That kind of stuff, though, I don't mind that. It's 6 months, 160 games. Teams are going to be up and down and all over the place.
Well,
right? We saw the Yankees go down. We saw the Mets go up. I mean, we see the Orioles slumping. We see, it's ebbs and flows. That's why when teams get on the runs, you kind of stick to the teams on the runs, folks. Anyway, enough about the runs. Enough about Philadelphia being terrible, and they better come through for Jim today and me, more importantly, for the show. We got to get off the snide. 0-3 yesterday. Always the truth, folks. We get to the videos here. You know how we do. GamblersWorld.net for the premium stuff. Me and Chip are, I think, 1-2 the last 30, 60 days. We're having a nice little run. You can get a 730 or 60-day package at GamblersWorld.net. Guaranteed. We don't show you a profit over those days or weeks. You get a credit. You come back and, we do it again until we put money in your pocket, which we will because, long term, anybody can get hot for a couple of days. That's not it. You're going to, you can have a great 3 days. You can have a bad 4 days. It's up and down.
Yep.
Longer the better. It's a long timeline, just like the baseball season. But for Chip and myself, we'll be back tomorrow, joined by our guy Doug Upstone talking. No, today's Tuesday, so no, it'll just be me and Chip tomorrow. Sorry, me, Chip, and some light football talk for Wednesday. But that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.